Who can forget the comedy, the antics of Laverne and Shirley for 8 seasons? It was truly a treasured sitcom. Well, the cast recently reunited, and I got the chance to relive their memories from working on the show, both good and bad.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
5, 6, 7, 8, Schlemiel, Schlemazel, Haas and Pfeffer Incorporated.
So here's Shirley, Squiggy, Carmine, Big Rosie, and Rhonda. But where was Laverne, Penny Marshall?
Where is she? Where is that girl?
Who, Laverne?
Laverne.
She was in the elevator. I don't know what happened.
No.
Penny chose not to participate, but her castmates do remember that the show did have some backstage drama on the set. Set the record straight, Cindy, because over the years there had been rumors of discord between you and Penny on set. Were there any issues?
It's like an Italian family at a dinner table on Sunday, and somebody doesn't pass the celery properly. And
they wind up wearing it.
Yeah, there's always going to be arguments.
I don't vote-yo, you vote-yo.
There was a lot of pressure on us. Did tempers flare? Yeah, from every direction. But, you know, it was a show about happiness, you know, and in the end, that was everybody's goal.
Now, the first time we ever saw Laverne and Shirley was when Penny's brother, Gary Marshall, cast them on Happy Days.
So, Cheryl, what do you think of this kid? You've been with worse.
Oh, he's nice, and a tie, too.
And a hanky. Is that for showing or for blowing?
Well, Penny and I were writers together at the time, and Gary said, I've got these 2 characters on Happy Days. They date Fonzie and Richie, and they're kind of girls who date the fleet. The rest is showbiz history.
It's because of the time I let them back.
What were your happiest memories from set?
You know what, Brooke? The happiest time was when you hit a joke perfectly and you heard that audience laugh.
We're going to a formal society dinner.
Oh, pardon me, ladies.
Yeah, I would have worn my tuxedo, but my polo pony ate it.
Lenny and Squiggy, the Gals' Nerdy Neighbors, were actually created by David Lander and Michael McKeon when the two were in college together.
Thanks for the towel, Laverne.
Gary Marshall said we want those characters, but he didn't want Anthony to be the name because there are too many Italians. So that's when I switched it to Squiggy.
David has been living with multiple sclerosis for years, but he still lives a very fruitful life. David, how are you doing?
Well, people are still aware of it. We haven't cured it, but I don't think we're ever going to find a cure. It's just basically becoming aware that you can live with it.
The gang reunited for The Hollywood Show, a quarterly celebrity autograph and pop culture expo held in Los Angeles, and they are still very much a family.
Let me just say this, we're all friends, and when I go to Penny's house, I get in bed with her, and we watch TV together.
That's another show.
That's the, oh no, it's the only place she stays nowadays.
And it's cold too, right?
It's very cold in her room because she keeps the temperature at 50 or below.
But that's a sisterhood.
Yes. Yeah, she's like my sister.
All right, for more of my interview with the Laverne and Shirley cast, just check out ET Tonight.
Did you have any idea this show would have the impact it's had?
None. None of us did. And we were taken by surprise, a beautiful surprise.
But it's still being watched. People still love this show. What
I guess
is
they
it
are.
about
You
it?
from Australia?
London.
Oh, London.
What is it
They
about the
didn't
show?
watch it much in London.
Because I think we were poor, you know, and there's a recession going on, and we were there to entertain, basically.
It didn't really demand an awful lot of you except that you have a good time. You know? There were very few episodes where we said, now listen carefully, we're going to teach you some life lessons.
Right.
If you learn them by accident.
I really think this is funny. Nobody learned anything from our show except maybe how to do shtick. But hopefully it was good. It was a show ahead of its time.
There's a little bit of something for everybody in it, and we were just every man, and it's that hope factor of the wolf after you, the wolf nipping at your heels. We can't pay the electric bill, can't pay the gas bill, and everybody understands that, and then the way we get out of it, and we always tried to do it in a moral sense. Gary Marshall always made sure that it was done in a moral sense, and so I think everybody resonated to it.
So let's all raise a milk and Pepsi and toast the winners of the Fan Favorite Award, Laverne and Shirley.
Accepting for Laverne and Shirley are David L. Lander, Penny Marshall, Michael McKean, and Cindy Williams.
Hello. Thank you. You may be seated now. And who speaks next? Lenny, would you make it quick?
Ms. Kirk was doing fine.
Yeah.
But we'd just like to parenthetically say that this is a very, very lovely evening, and it's lovely to be with this gang again, and we love you all. Thank you very much.
When we were doing the show, we'd all say to each other, if it doesn't make us laugh during rehearsal, then it's not going to make the audience laugh. So we always shot for that, making ourselves laugh to make the audience laugh. So thank you, audience, and thank you, fans everywhere, for this very wonderful award. Thank you.
Thank you all for this wonderful honor. And I want to thank our fans and the other people who, and all the writers and all the cast members and the many sets of writers. And also, we are in a recession. Back then, we were poor. We would do anything to pay rent. We weren't trying to be high society. We were just trying to entertain. And so thank you all for our fans, basically, and for you guys. All right, thank you. I knew David and Michael from the Credibility Gap. And so, because the show went so fast, you know, it was me and her, and Phil Foster, who my brother started off writing jokes for back in 100 years before. So I thought, have them come over to my house, because I was married to Rob at the time, and we had people over all the time, and they need no encouragement to go in. It was Lenny and Anthony. And so they went into their characters, and they were funny, and so they hired them. But they couldn't have him be Anthony because there were too many Italians with Laverne and Phil, with the Fazios, and Eddie Mecca, Carmine Ragusa, so they made him Andrew Squigman. So he was still Squiggy, but he was German.
He was German, and Lenny was
Lenny
Polish.
was
Kozlowski.
Kozlowski. That means help, there's a hog in my kitchen. Because he proposed
On the family,
to me.
yes.
And so, but they were very funny. They come in and get laughs and go out and get laughs, and you know, and then we just have to stand there. And
Sometimes they'd improvise. They'd come in and improvise a little, and
we try not to laugh.
We try not to laugh. I almost bit a hole through my tongue. Try not to laugh.
Why were those characters important to
Well,
the
I
show?
thought they'd be our last ditch state, so my brother said, no, someone's got to be worse than you.
Someone's got to be lower rung
Lower
on the ladder
block.
than you two.
So, and he gave Cindy a boyfriend.
They were Squiggy was our valedictorian. That's how bad our high school was.